sounds like a similar idea to like why Nyx used to be so popular as a first pick, because it just blocked you from picking so many of those int mids.
Precisely.
And, well, the one hero that did get left out of OG.Seed's bans that we've been seeing against Liquid is Mars.
I think they're going to bristle coddle again.
I like the interesting hero for me is Ancient Apparition that came out from Starladder. It was the most successful hero at Starladder if you rate like the number of games mixed with win rate. It had 11 games played and 81% win rate.
That's pretty good.
And then it was mostly contested. It was like at an 80% contest rate as well. So you just look at like the openers, right? Like here, both sides have a healing hero of some sort, right? Chen Io, we've got Timbersaw, who's really affected by Ancient Apparition as well. Huskar is a fear that you have to worry about in the 3-4 area.
They got a Viper. So, yeah, I mean, we heard we were going to see some new heroes. OG.Seed, they're bringing it. They bring the Chen, they bring the Viper in the first phase.
I don't mind it. It's like confidence saying, we're just going to go for the direct one-to-one on paper counter pick, have the break for the bristle. Let's make sure we have an answer. You've still got a lot of holes in your draft. You don't push out lanes well. You don't have any stuns. But you've still got your last 3 picks to make up for that.
Yep. Have you guys been playing the new Underlords at all?
No.
If Valve's watching, you got to nerf Viper, man. What the hell? Like, it is straight up broken.
That's also the old Underlords.
Yeah,
Viper's been broken for a while.
Oh, my God. That's all I had to say. They need to fix it.
What about Bloodseeker, though, Grant?
Bloodseeker is definitely broken as well. But
Mega broke.
In Knockout, it's Omega broke. In regular, it's super broke. So,
I love Knockout mode, though.
Dude,
I'm
great,
so glad they
sure.
added that because you can just play a quick game
10
on your
minutes,
phone
man,
and stuff.
max.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Sorry, Will, we're talking about
you're
strategy
welcome,
games.
Valve. Go ahead and invite all of us to TI. Thank you. There's your shout-out.
There's a gyro ban. Yeah, that AA ban, it just made the IO bristleback so much better, as you said.
Hey, Slark, there's another one. Troll, that's another one. Dude, so many heroes have, like, really nice sustain that are popular in the meta right now.
I think, by the way, when you go Viper Chen, it kind of signals like how you're going to play the game. Because I think Viper doesn't like these games where he gets ran at. Like, he wants to be the aggressor, where you get to set up, throw down your Nether Toxin, and just, like, push down towers. Same with Chen. Like God said, because neither of them creep clear or wave clear very efficiently or really quickly until Viper gets items. So he probably, like, conceptually, I think he works really well against Bristle. But IO changes things a lot. Like, if that was a Coddle, I'd say maybe it's a little bit worse. But with IO, I feel like he just speeds up the game so much. Like, you pick one catch hero, and all of a sudden, like, you can never play on lanes. It's really difficult because you just get jumped on by IO Bristle.
I mean, we saw it in the last time they picked IO. It just took one fight, one turnaround, and the pace is just too quick, as you said.
Yeah.
Pango gets taken out, and there's another carry in PL. I mean, you need some burst, right, versus Bristle. You may have the break mechanic, but you still need burst damage, right? Is that a thing?
Oh, for sure.
Feels like we didn't see any from C9.
You need, to me, a couple of stuns and then a hero packing some serious damage, whether that's coming out of the carry or some kind of nuking mid laner.
Could do like Legion or something.
Oh, that's true. That's the kind of counter pick option.
Yeah. The only thing about playing against like Bristle is you either have to like be able to burst him real quick, or you have to be able to ignore him completely and kill everybody else.
Yep. The problem is, at some point, like we saw last game, you just maybe can't ignore him.
Yeah.
He's going to get enough items, and he's going to run at your supports, and they just die if you don't have an answer.
I'd say the MVP of that last game, Taiga, had so many blocks, block offs, block heroes in. He played a pretty perfect Earthshaker game last time. They're just going to take it again, and, well, there's the clockwork.
That's a really nice clockwork game so far.
Yeah.
There's some of that lockdown, the clockwork concept, the Viper with the break inside the cogs, so I like it a lot.
Oh, it's a pretty nice Batrider game, though.
Yeah, it really is.
They don't really have too much catch for him. He's, I think what OG.Seed needs to look out for is if they decide to put this Viper or this Batrider mid against the Viper. It's a really nice matchup for Batrider, and you don't want to overcommit to beating him just in lane, thinking like this is guaranteed going to be a Batrider off lane or something like that. Because Quickfoot plays mid bat just fine.
And it's great, right? Because it's not like a Chen's going to TP middle to save the Viper, right? Like the bat can pretty much just have free reign.
So your safe lane hero here has to kind of cover a lot. It has to be good against the potential bat, and you also have to be okay with getting, because you're going to get 22 counterpicked.
Well, there's no Slark or PL, and those are two usual answers to bat.
Like Slark would have been really nice.
Weaver's another older one. That's a pretty bad hero usually.
Weaver with Viper sounds pretty ass.
What else?
You either need to commit like hard to this now and just like decide to play this like push base lineup and say
Mhm.
screw it, like our laning phase, whatever. We'll just try to make this work. Or you commit to like countering this.
Hey, that's the hero we asked about.
Oh. So one of these Kunkka Vipers is going to a side lane or like a
Yeah.
4-position role even.
Safe lane Viper. Could you do that against Batrider?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of lane swaps.
It's pretty odd.
Y'all don't like this Kunkka is what it's sounding like.
It's okay. I mean, it's alright against IO and
Yeah, I like it against IO and Batrider for the game, but I don't like it against Bristleback in the way he plays.
Okay.
Because he's a hero that just stands there.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like we might be seeing a 4-position Viper. That would be my hunch from this.
Okay.
and then like an off-lane clock 5 Chen, and
Yeah.
then potentially depending on what the mid matchup looks like.
Yeah,
you flex the
probably
Kunkka.
Kunkka mid with, and then last pick your carry.
I see.
How is 4-position Viper?
I mean, you're just poison attacking
just
your
hit 'em,
lane,
yeah,
and then
you just queue 'em.
you've got the. I mean, whether your Viper's a core or support, you still get the break mechanic. So
True.
I don't think you have to prioritize running it because he's not actually the insane laner he used to be.
Yeah,
I feel
he's
like he actually has some bad matchups. I mean, we'll mention the Bat Ride. I'm not too familiar with that one, but like this hero doesn't just go mid and crush lanes.
You get stickied, and then you get flame break, and you can't
back.
turn around, and then you just die.
You know what does a lot better against Batrider than he used to?
What?
Razor.
Ah.
You static
you
link
can
him, it
keep
doesn't
it,
matter where
yeah.
you turn, right? So you can actually just run in a straight line.
If they
and,
did,
Yeah.
if they did this like for Viper, then maybe something like anti-mage, where you can like
Yeah.
split and
reset.
you rely on like Liquid's lack of immediate catch and burst.
I
Here's
like
Madara.
those hard carries, those AM Morphlings, Impale's Band. Could you even consider like a Naga Siren type hero maybe? Perhaps not great against Bristle though.
I think if you have like Chen and stuff, maybe it gets pace, but
Alright.
It looks like, as you said, it's going to be you know what they want to do now, right? With this
Yeah.
draft, they've got to do a lot of stuff early.
so they picked the Jug, which I think is fine too.
It's a classic.
It gives you the Bat Rider just in case.
Yeah.
Kind of
Right.
problem saver.
The Mickey Morphling comes out.
Okay, so now it's
It never feels good though when you're trying to fix a problem and you don't have last pick.
so yeah, this is what we were talking about in the draft, where if you have the 22, like it was probably going to be a Quakefoot Bat Rider most likely, but you give yourself options by picking that hero.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need you to think about it. Jug, for so long, has been that hero you pick when you don't have any options, you think. In chat, type 1 if you think this Jug's going to win the game. Type 2 if you think it's going to lose. We have 1 minute break. When we're back, we're right into the action. OG.Seed versus Liquid. Game number 1. And welcome back. Perfect timing. We are right into the game. And, well, we just saw a Bristleback go pretty bonkers. I believe it was 18-0 and 4, 18-0 and 3, something like that. Will it happen again? We'll have to find out. Blitz, will it? Is this going to be another? If you didn't know, last series, Mickey, 0 deaths, game 1 and 2. Pretty perfect series. Is it going to happen again, or is he going to get a death?
I think he might. I don't actually know if he'll die. The Jug would have to get really farmed. They need to get like Abyssal on Jug or something to lock this Morph down. Because if you look at the supports, they don't really do anything against Morphling. And I think the core matchups are actually really nice for this Morph too. Like, I think this is actually kind of a rough game for OG.Seed.
Are you who are you usually looking to replicate? The Viper as the morph?
Actually the Jug is good because you get healing ward plus spin,
ward, yeah.
and the whatchamacallit's really good too. The Kunkka, because like you get
Catch,
X-Torn,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Get
It's
your
like-
own catch, which is nice.
Yeah, both are perfectly fine, I'd say. But I kind of feel like the Bat Rider pick made things awkward for OG.Seed. Because I think both your mid matchups against it are kind of annoying.
Yep.
I have to imagine Bat Rider beats both Kunkka and Viper.
You'd assume, yeah.
Yeah, just based on what I know about how the hero works.
Does it beat Juggernaut? Because Jug is going to mid lane.
Um,
Madara throwing a bit of a curveball with this one.
I think so because, and this isn't like me trying to be biased or anything. I'm thinking about how the matchup works. Like you throw 3 stickies, and then you hit the Jug twice, and you don't even have to throw up your Firefly, right? It'll just zone him out of lane.
Yep.
And whenever he hits like the 4th sticky, he has to spin. But spin, if you look at the level, like the first 2 levels of cooldown, it's really high.
Yeah. I think in this matchup you don't even go Firefly.
You can just go Flame Break to
Yeah,
pressure.
I think you go
to
Flame
pressure
Break.
him, yeah.
If you go like 2-1-0 and then at the 4th level get the Firefly, and whenever you get like 3 stickies and you pop the Flame Break to pop the spin, then the Jug can't lane for 40 seconds. Like he misses out on a full wave.
I'm gonna shout out BSJ. He did a YouTube video about Miracle playing mid Jug. It was very informative, and he played.
And he got the courier. He did his job.
He got the courier and he forced 5 heroes over. I think that's
a lot.
It's not terrible at all.
It was just farming down bottom. Looks like the Juggernaut. And we've seen Madara, when he gets space, he knows how to farm. He's one of those guys, if no one's there, he's not missing last hits. Gets 25 movement speed.
Kunkka's got a lot more net worth than I expected.
Oh, wow. That's interesting, because we know there's 5 heroes top, and they knew Boxy TP down, so no one's going to be behind him, and they just go on him. The instant hit back. There is going to be a boat. Will they be able to get another one? Looks like he pulled him back a little too soon. Does have the reduction aura on him, so he's not taking that much damage.
When that Chen pulled that Jug to the bottom lane and Chessie TP mid, that just completely changed how the lanes went, yeah.
Because it was like Jug making a heads-up play to TP away after he got Fisher blocked, but then you don't lose anything by doing that. It really was just a smart play by Peksu and the rest.
Yeah, now you're seeing the fruits of that pay off. Like the laning phase, which should have gone pretty bad for them, instead is really decent.
And now you got to watch out because he is level 6 on the old clockwork here. Has an urn already going for the Vessel, obviously.
Yeah, best item against IO, really good against Morph, good against Bristleback, it's good against everybody in this game.
Broom handle. So where do you, I mean, if you're Liquid, where do you play on the map right now? Are you you're doing that, you just kind of have those 2 farm together somewhere safe and hope the other 3 get something done? Like they're doing right now?
Kind of like aggressively push lanes on Koik for a bit.
Oh, that was a very nice flame break back. I think he was just going to run away, but perfectly timed. They get the kill on that Viper. They needed that.
They have to 5-man to make plays, though.
Which is the problem.
Yeah.
On
Whereas,
Liquid, you think? Well, with the relocate, I guess less so, though.
It just feels awkward when you're not taking any towers as a result of this.
Sure.
Like, killing Viper's nice and all, but Viper's probably not the reason why OG.Seed wins or loses this game. Like, you probably have to try to slow down this Jug or this Kunkka's game a little bit more. Because this Jug is getting real far ahead.
Yeah,
and this Kunkka's having a fine time, too.
Uh-oh, and is he going to be able to morph strength? He gets it off barely at the last second. If he max cogs, would have died. But they throw out the stun.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Nah, it's too bad anyway. Dude, Max, it wasn't a meme, man. It was good. Now it's a meme, obviously. They're chasing, though.
Might only slash here.
Oh, got the X.
They got the X, so that'll at least be 1 kill on the IO. And you got a Chen on your team with a Juggernaut. You're probably going to... Do you go for a tier 2, or do you just try to out-farm them?
I actually think you can even decide to go Roche.
Roche? Oh.
So what you do is you get some vision above you, above the neutral area, and then hopefully you just like own that area from now on and make it really hard.
Do they have Vlad's or a medallion, though?
Nah, but you've got Chen creeps. Like,
well, he has some pretty garbo. He has a little centaur, a ghost, and the little flying harpy. Let's do Roche. Zap! Zap. Actually, the attack slow does work from the ghost, though. So.
Plus, you have Mask of Madness and Healing Ward.
Yeah.
You probably.
I think they could. It would be slow,
That's
though.
true. Yeah,
that's the thing.
Ward.
You have to be scared.
All right, nice pickup by
Chessie.
Kunkka. Yeah, he's deciding to go for the medallion. I think he's realized like his game is more about just buffing up this Jug, because I think the Jug is the real way they win or lose this game. Plus, it gives you a Roche condition, and I think they really want a Roche considering how much map control they have on this north side of the map. Like, you take this tier 2, you get some deep wards in, and then you just own this area and make it really hard. Zibe can run in wherever he wants. It doesn't really matter if he dies, and the rest of them just, like, walk into Roche.
It's not a... Normally, we would see, like, at least a Halberd build-up, but it's not a great Halberd game.
No.
Again, your win condition isn't the Kunkka, so you don't have to worry about a Radiance build so much.
Yeah, you just buff this Jug up, and you sit behind him with a bunch of creeps.
Let him go.
And the Solar Crest, all of a sudden with Healing Ward, he's going to hit towers really quickly, and you have a really efficient lineup.
There's going to be the hook shot. He's trapping him in this time. Koikva will push him out. Obviously, he can attack and go in himself. There's the Torrent. Boat not needed, but little yo-ho-ho anyways. And Vizerin barely scooped up there.
I mean, these moves looking really good for OG.Seed. They've set themselves up to take a pretty much free uncontested Roche. Or if they don't care if Liquid comes to fight, they just say great and take the fight.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, this Jug is farmed.
Yeah.
And
Diffusal Mask phase at 14.
you just pop
Ooh,
Solar
14
Crest on him, and
minutes.
he can
It really
probably high
Oh.
ground with this Aegis with the
I
Solar
think so.
Crest.
I think
Yeah.
you definitely push before like the 20-minute mark for sure.
This is really well done by OG.Seed. Like their game plan and the way that they're playing the map is like very well thought out, structured Dota.
The Batrider just has travels, right? I don't think he's got like
No,
any
no
kind of
blink.
initiation. Yeah,
It's rough.
That-
Still needs it. 800.
makes it very hard to defend your high ground. You really need that blink lasso threat to pull someone in the base.
Sort of feel like what they're not doing well right now, Liquid, is they have to set up with the Bat or the Earthshaker so that they can get these like Bristle IO rotations to just like get more free kills. But they're bringing like 5 heroes, which sort of defeats like the purpose of your lineup, because then you're getting these like really inefficient pickoffs. And OG.Seed are perfectly fine. Like if you're bringing 5 heroes, taking 30 seconds to execute a gank on a 3 position, like you're probably not that sad about that. What you want to do when you have IO, Bristle, and like any sort of catches, sort of limit the amount of space and farm. Like do these little hit and runs with like 3 heroes, get a kill, force people back, make it a little bit scary. But they're not really doing that. Sort of feel like they're showing way too much on lanes too.
What?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's just free
Gonna
gold.
flop.
Oh, are they going to go for the second
They
courier?
don't
No,
wanna-
you're not going to get it, Chen. Oh, he does.
I was the mech too.
Wow.
And
full
2
mech.
wards. That's not a small thing at all.
It's not. And it's just gold. 2 couriers go down. You lose a lot there. 8. Is that an 8K lead? It is with that Roche. They take the tier 2 middle. OG.Seed they're just playing clean, straight up.
That's the thing. They're not going for kills or playing some crazy aggressive Dota. They're playing a very polished, clean game.
And it's funny with the start, right? The start of this was anything but clean. Like the first 5 minutes was just a shit show, and then it like just smoothed out, as you said, with the Jug going bottom and then the Kunkka middle.
Oh, man, those odds. Get your
Yeah.
bets in on OG.Seed quick.
Oh, Essence
That
Ring
is-
for the Dire.
I was about to say, shouldn't those odds should be swapped, right?
Yes.
Like OG.Seed is definitely in a
Commanding lead right now.
commanding lead.
It's still like
Uh-oh.
late game morph, and there's an IO on the Dire side, but they're gonna be pressured here.
And look at, yeah, I love it. He zones him out right there, but it will be a save from the IO, and he's in a good spot, right? Like the IO's not just gonna die here with
No.
that save.
You'd have to dive real hard. The only way that OG.Seed struggles in this game right now is if they go for these like crazy overcommitment dives and you give them Morphling like 2 free levels.
No.
As long as you're patient, which they have been very patient this far. Like you guys said, they're not forcing any sort of dumb fights. They're just chilling and letting the game come to them. They're taking towers as 5. They're being very disciplined. They're not making any like silly maneuvers. Like if you sent your Jug, for example, completely by himself bottom, that's like a throwing move. But instead, they're playing around the fact that they have Aegis.
And I think they understand their draft actually does scale pretty well. Like this Jug is going to match up just fine against Liquid in the late game.
Yeah, with how far ahead he is, for sure.
Oh, dear. Completely out of mana. Throws the Omni Slash, gets some back. He gets X'd, and that's just going to be a kill. He does have a buyback. You probably don't feel good using one as a Bristle X 17 minutes in, but
That was sick cogs too.
Z-Freaks, he's having a game. We kind of talked about him right at the very beginning of the day. Like, it's been a bit since we've seen him show up, and looking good this game.
He's had a really, really good game. This is an incredibly impactful Clockwork.
Yeah. They got the Ice Ogre as well. It's just so hard to fight into OG.Seed.
I don't think you can give this team Chen as well. Like that
seems that way, yeah.
that's just their bread and butter here. They're gonna first pick that anytime they can get their hands on it.
And I don't think team right. If they beat Liquid and EG with it, I have a feeling we're gonna see it get first banned.
Yeah.
Does get the mech after the courier respawns, and it was the buyback from Bristle, so he's gonna be pretty poor now. Ooh, Grove Bow for your Viper, I believe.
That item is so nice for that hero.
It was built for him. It was literally built for him, especially with the new poison. Oh, and he's waiting. He's like,
Tiger's
someone's
dead.
going to show up. Yeah, and he's going to get poisoned. Do we have a Fisher? We do, but it's already staying up. He knows he's dead. He's like, I'm going to kill the creeps. Will he get the range? No, deny it, please.
Look at how long they just waited. They don't show on the map at all. No one's farming, but they realize like somebody will come here. We're gonna get a free pickoff, and
That was
That's-
super patient.
probably like the worst place to die too, because now you don't have the Earthshaker to just fissure off and hold the high ground. You're gonna give up racks here.
Forced to, you see. They're just sitting bottom right now, taking the outpost, just trying to farm. They know this is already dead. But they are just going to run, well, a couple of them are going to run middle. And there you go.
Why not?
Healing
Yeah.
Ward Solar Crest.
This Jug's a beef boy.
Just sit behind. Don't allow your Jug to just get bursted, and it's hard for him to get bursted too. Like Liquid's lineup scales really well once they have items, but like the Morph doesn't have an E-Blade or anything like that to pressure. I don't even think he can get away with getting one, which is why he's deciding to go for the BKB. But Manta BKB also doesn't feel very good because you're not really putting out too much damage, and the Chen heal will cover most of that.
Not to mention the damage reduction of the Kunkka ship, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of things going right for OG.Seed. Like, they're playing their lineup very well.
Well, Aegis does get taken away here. Has a full SNY as well, so some status resist.
I mean, I like it though. They played aggressive, but not too aggressive with it. They got racks. They got a pick off here and there. They didn't overplay their hand.
20 minutes, and Z-Free's the only one near bottom. He's like, I probably shouldn't risk this rune.
The solo outpost attempt 10 seconds before the 10-minute mark is always a good one.
How are you guys feeling about the new outpost now that it's been a bit? Now that shrines are gone, we only got these 2 outposts. You like it more? I've heard most people say they like this more than the shrine outpost thing.
I like their positioning way more.
Yeah. Got a pull him, but Z-Freak, they got the ward right there to spot him out. Will they be able to get a kill? Z-Freak, he wants to get Insania. He's going to look for him. Doesn't have a spear vessel. He's already used it on Taiga right now. But, oh no, he blocked his friend, and goodbye. Tried to save him, but couldn't. And just, I mean, it's only 12 kills at 21 minutes, and the thing is, OG.Seed's playing near perfectly right now. 0 mistakes made. It's scary. You just can't do anything. I mean, Solar Crest Mask healing where you just can't do anything, it feels like.
Plus the SNY.
Yeah. I mean, your biggest thing, right, your Batrider has to pull someone under the tier 4s, it feels like.
That's why they have X, though, Grant.
They do.
And Chen heal.
And they've got the Purge creep if there's too much napalm on him and things.
Oh, there's going to be the... It does hit on the 3, but he gets
Do you
the
have the
mech off.
damage?
Hexu gets the heal
So
off
much
as
heal.
well. The fact you don't hit the Chen, and that's the big difference. Boat's going to come in. There's all the damage reduction. Mickey, he's just getting right-clicked by this Viper, and the
Relocate
Juggernaut
out.
doesn't care. And there goes Taiga. They're going to lose 2. And that's a dieback from the Bristle, technically.
Yeah, that's probably the game.
It looks like... I think you just hit rack still. I mean, you might be able to end it, but I don't think it's worth trying to. And there goes the IO. That was
Well, they're
so
just
well played. They're
killing
just running
everybody.
at him, yeah. Mickey, probably dead. He has the Spear Vessel as well. No Manta, but Waveform's out. Well played. And they're going to get a full another set of racks. Wow. This was just a clean game of Dota. After the 5-minute mark, this was just OG.Seed looking like a tier 1 team, honestly.
Convincing stuff.
Yes.
Whoa, you see that pop off from Madara?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, look at all the smiles there. Always good to see these guys smile.
They got to feel good, you know. They've taken a game off EG, Thunder Predator, and now Team Liquid. Obviously, you want to try get some 2-0s somewhere, but if you get draws across the board, you're finishing top 4 in the groups, and that's the most important thing.
Just make it there. Exactly.
Yeah, just don't be bottom 2, right? That's the most important thing.
I think teams want to just like have, especially like if you're treating this like practice, you're not going in the major. You just want as many games as possible that you can play out. Like that's the important thing of getting to the playoffs is like you get to play for another day. There's more to do. You get to play against the better teams in like best of 3 situations, like more realistic LAN situations.
I mean, you talked about this for Cloud9 and OG.Seed. This event is so much about getting the experience as a new team. If you want to, you know, be together, play long term, and they're not going to get many chances. Particularly OG.Seed, who are playing in that competitive European region. Getting to minors and majors is such a
getting
tough
to LAN
ask.
tournaments. It's not like they're at the top of anybody's invite list either. So,
yeah.
Being able to just consistently have these opportunities and making the most of it, like you said.
Yep.
Like show up to play. They're not embarrassing themselves.
Yep. All right, guys. We know these teams. You need to think about what's happening. And from your post-game analysis right now, I'm not really digging it. So I'm going to give you guys a quick 3-minute break to really get your shit together. So we'll see you soon. Hey, everyone. Good to see you guys here again. And we're ready to break down that game. And right now, I'm looking at the scoreboard, and yeah, our observer was screening over something. The level 12 clockwork, is it normal? You just never get your talent until later? Level 12, no talents.
Maybe he wanted more mana burn out of his cogs.
Okay.
Yep.
And
That would be my biggest thing. I mean, your talent, like it's okay. It's not amazing.
Also, 2 Liquid players did not die.
Yeah.
Let's go, Mickey. Keep
In
that streak.
a
He's
losing
still-
game,
yeah, he's
they
still-
have perfect KDA.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I've seen that where like one like anti-mage doesn't die or something, but I don't think I've ever seen 2 players not die in a loss.
And, yeah. And then a pretty bad loss, honestly, but it was short, so I guess that's true. And if you didn't know, twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit 2, EG versus Thunder Predator. EG convincingly takes down Thunder Predator, a lot like the game we just saw. So if you're over there, game number 2 will be happening. If not, stick around. OG.Seed versus Liquid, and Blitz, straight up, it kind of was an ass whooping. Like, how do you recover? Not really recover. You just forget this game happened because it was so short.
You don't first pick Whispersel. That's how you don't. How you recover the game.
There we go. And we've already got the answer.
I mean,
Blitz, we don't need
Blitz,
you on
see
here.
ya.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm watching,
they need you up there, Blitz.
I'm watching them play ping pong right now, so clearly they've they've recovered from the last game.
All right.
And then do you think, are we still in the greens? Do you ban the Chen? Like, I know Gods wants to. I agree with that.
That's what EG did.
Yeah. I
They
think
lost
just
game
follow it.
1 to a Chen.
You know what'd be hype? If
Thunder
every
Pre-
team just gave it the Chen game 1 just to see. Like, to
Just
see who
try.
would be the first
Everyone
team.
gets to try to beat it.
Everybody loses game 1
Everyone
to
gets
Jen.
one ass beating, and then you learn.
Well, Thunder Predator, they were smarter than that. They banned Chen. First up,
You calling us all
both
stupid?
game 1 and 2.
Yes.
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, EG, like, they were the first team to go, so they didn't have any information. You guys should have known by now.
Yeah, but it's like, you don't know until you try it yourself, man. You can't blame people.
Yeah, I want. Oh, never mind. I was gonna get. Never mind.
You know those kids that like have to touch the stove to learn that it's hot? That's us.
Yeah. Okay. You don't believe when
Yeah.
you get told something.
All
Well-
of these things are conspiracy theories until we try it ourselves, guys.
So, Thunder Predator, they banned away the Chen, but in game 1, OG.Seed took Enchantress instead.
And they played it as the
Didn't work.
No. Okay. But they tried.
That might be something that they try again, just if it does get banned out in this first phase.
And then when Jesse came downstairs and told me, he's like, "Oh man, that game, huh? I almost just lost us the game in the first 5 minutes. Z-Freak saved our ass." I was like, "Hey, at least you know that." And he was in a good spirit though. But he's like, you could tell he's like, "I almost lost my team the game." It felt like, but Z-Freak luckily saving his butt a little bit there and opening one up. What do you got there, Cap?
I've got a Monster Energy Ultra Red.
Ultra red, excellent. Does it taste red?
It tastes very red.
Excellent.
How does
You could
red
say
taste?
it tastes ultra red.
Oh, indeed.
Dude, we've been drinking the Swiss chocolate ones.
What do they taste like?
They taste like cold chocolate milk. It's nice. I guess all chocolate milk's cold. Am I dumb? Yeah.
I think you're.
It tastes like chocolate milk.
Yeah,
I was thinking hot cocoa is what I was thinking.
Hot
Yeah,
chocolate,
that's
which
what I was thinking.
You make the good
Yeah.
hot chocolate. You're making it with milk.
Yeah, don't people, you drink warm milk to go to sleep, right? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
That was
It was. Okay, I guess the future's here. No homeopathic medicine for
It
you.
will be.
Yeah. So, oh man. Let's hear it. What is Liquid? We already heard from one person. No IO Bristle. So what do you first pick then if you're Liquid? Do you just completely shift it?
There was Mars in the pool, right? They
Yeah,
could
there
have gone
was.
for that.
Could Mars
Yeah,
Willow.
get something else. I mean, I think Insane even kind of said, they're just not thinking too much about the heroes so much. They're just going to probably just open something totally different maybe would be my suspicion. But I don't know. Don't know why we're asking me. Will's their coach. He's the guy who probably knows him best.
Well, what's
Mars
a random
Willow.
hero someone on your team's good at that you don't ever pick? Like a random hero. Is there one?
Yeah, I think we have the best Monkey King player in the world, and his name is Taiga.
Forward position monkey or just
No.
core?
No.
Okay.
Mid. I'm serious. That guy
Yeah.
does not lose. Like, I saw that guy beat Miracle.
Mhm.
Storm versus Monkey, or Monkey versus Storm. Like, I mean, it's a favorable Monkey matchup. But I'm just saying, like, Taiga does not lose.
I mean, did he win the game?
No.
Okay, well that's the same story as Sumail then at that point, right?
No, come on, man.
Ooh. Sorry, I was like, when you got dissed hard.
Wait, what else is there? I think that's it.
Doesn't Max love playing Clinks? Isn't that one of his heroes?
Yeah.
That's pretty garbage hero.
You know what's even better? The fact that we can relax, sit down. We almost have game number 2 of OG.Seed versus Liquid. And after what we just saw, OG.Seed decided, let's calm down a little bit. We just won easily. We're going to take a small break. And when we get back, it will be OG.Seed versus Liquid.